Hey, what's going on YouTube? I decided to do a video and not my usual spot in my basement actually. Nothing too pretty to look at. Sorry about that. But I'm doing this down here is because I made a prop for the coming up convention Anime Central, which is in what, 38 days? I haven't counted. Because it's a fairly big prop, and when I tried moving it upstairs a few times, shows some family members stopped by, I dinged it a few times, so I decided I'll just do this down here in the basement. So let me show you what it looks like and what it is. Okay, so what I got here is should I say his real name? Yeah, it's been a year since the chapter came out, and even the anime's up to date on it. This is Obito's war fan used when he is fighting the 4th Great Ninja War. And it's a pretty big prop. It's about 5 feet. I measured it out. It's a few inches shy of 5 feet. And I guess I'll go over, how this was made. And the best way I can describe this to you is do this on a piece of paper. Sorry, it's a crappy drawn piece of. Oh, I almost fell down. It's kind of a crappy drawn rectangle. But what happened is we had a piece of. I'm not sure what it's called, but I know it's used for tiling. It's a really smoothed out piece of wood. And sorry, this looks crappy. It wasn't this crappy. It's just I kind of drawed this real quick. So what we did is we measured out a few things. We found like how far to go out, measured that down, found the midpoint, and we figured out where we want our circle, how big we want it to be, and we put a point here. And what we did is we took a string, and I don't know what, it wasn't a marker, it was a pencil used, the drawing wood for put lines for cutting or anything. We did is we had a little string out like this, and then we just went around and we made our first circle. It's kind of crappily drawn, sorry about that, I'm doing this for a camera lens. And then we found out how far apart we want these to be, and we said, we want it to be right down the middle, kind of sort of where they meet. So basically the same thing on this side, and add a little bit more. Just forget that's there. It's kind of crappy drawing. I'm really sorry about that. Then we did the same thing here. Took the string, went around, kind of met that a point right there, so they're kind of overlapping, but not really. And what happened after that is we got this shape right here. Not this right here, but this initial shape right here. So what we did is, we went over here to our our bandsaw, and we cut it. And we came out with this shape, and it wasn't really that smooth like this. So what we had to do is we had to take our belt sander and sand that thing down a lot. And there's all the sand and stuff. Not the sand, but all the stuff we had to sand off. So then we had this shape, and then this right here, this was a 6-foot dollar rod, and we cut it down to size. And this kind of had some problems. We cut it out using the bandsaw. I know this is what I'm about to do here, stupid, but you can't see it on the camera, but the blade right here, the blade I'm touching right here, I don't know if you can see it on camera. When we were feeding it through the saw, it started wiggling like this. I can't get that good. But the saw started wiggling like this a bit. And what happened is we kind of have an uneven cut going through a good portion of it. So if you can see, you can tell right here, there is kind of, let me bring this up a bit. You can't really see it, but there's a gap right here. And it's gone for the most part, surprisingly, that's good. But I guess you can see here, there's a gap here. It was kind of uneven, so what we had to do there is we had to clamp it down real good and end up screwing it. There's about 13 screws going up and down this. But there's more in these two areas, because this is where it was really bad. You see right there, there's like the gap still. But it was way worse than that without the screw. So we screwed it down more in this area than we did over here. And it kind of straightened itself out. We still have a little gap, but that's way better than we had it before. And so before we put this on, screwed it down, we cut down a little bit more, measured out to my body size, because if I have it over my back, this is going to be touching the top of my head, so we did that. So this was 6 feet, and with this is about, I think it's, like I said before, it's shy a few inches of 5 feet. It's a fairly decent big prop. And enjoyed making it so far. And what we did is we primed it gray, and then we're gonna go over with white later. We're just waiting for the weather to warm up a bit because we want to do this outside because we don't have a really other place to put the primer on it. But I guess I can say I got the primer on. What we did is we sanded the whole thing down. This was sand down most of the way, and there's a few probably spots. I think there's a spot here and here, you know, where it's kind of black in some areas, so I didn't really get a good sand, but mostly it's on the edges because I couldn't get the sander that well. I can use the belt sander that well to get these edge parts. So we primed it the one time. Now we're just waiting for warmer weather so we can prime it and then paint it and then put the Sharingan tomes on. And then I guess over here I have to put the tail too. That's about it. This is my alright for my first prop I made. And hopefully I can start making more props. And I've realized it's kind of easy making props. I guess it's not really easy, but this was easy for the most part. Oh yeah, I guess I'll have two out things. This is gonna have to be wrapped too. I'm not sure I'm not sure if I'm gonna wrap it like it is in the anime. In the anime, it's kind of a white wrap. So you know, I'll probably take I guess bandages or whatever and wrap it. But I kind of want some under grip, so we're thinking they might use baseball tape to give me a good grip on it while I'm walking around. I'm not too sure about that. Just throwing that idea around. I'm not sure. In the anime, this is wrapped too, but I'm not really sure if I want to keep that wrapped. Is this part wrapped? I'm not quite sure about that. Other than that, that's about it. Happy cosplaying, everyone. One little more bit here, since I seen the video right after I was done making the first part of this video. Sis, thanks for the goggles, and Madara's, you know, chilling, waiting there for you. He's reading manga, I see, and he's got a kunai knife. Yeah, I'll make sure I get this guy to you at ASUN.